puncher's chance. Watch me lay these hands like a preacher gained a bunch of fans. Ain't about who the favorite, who the best, they a bunch of stands. Know I'm highly favored cause these fists got me out mini jam. They say fight the power, but I got power to fight now. Know we gon' be barking at the way and tell them pipe down. Jab, right hook, uppercut, you see the light now. Now the crowd begging for the KO like right now. Never took an L with my chin up, hold them like a sit-up. This trainer going pops, Craig, get up. Never took an L with my chin up, fold them like a sit-up. This trainer going pops, Craig, get up.
Welcome. Episode 3. Welcome to the Boxing Head Podcast. We back. Of course, we are on the Resilient Stream Radio YouTube channel. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go ahead and do this recap on this Canelo and Berlanga card. It was actually a decent card. Man.
It was actually very entertaining. Actually,
Yeah.
It was really good. It was well worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Let's get to these fights, man. Because I can't wait till we get to a certain fight, man, so we could really talk about it. Yeah. Let's start off with I know although Stephen Fulton's fight was it wasn't really it wasn't on the main card, but it was one of them fights that you wanted to see because he he had just came back. So go ahead, G. What you think about it? What you thinking about that fight from what you saw?
The truth is, I actually missed that one.
Okay.
I missed that one. I didn't get to see it. But I'm interested to hear what happened though.
Oh man. Yeah. I will be gladly to tell you. So
hold on, before you tell me, I was looking for Fulton to go out there and put on a nice performance. We knew it would be challenging.
Yeah.
We knew that fight would be challenging, but we were like, this is Fulton's chance to come back from that Inoue fight.
Yeah.
And go out there and put on a masterful performance so we can see him get those fights that he wanted to get. Yeah. But we knew the opponent, I forgot his name.
Carlos Castro.
Yeah, we knew Castro was going to go in there and try to prove a point too. Like, hey, he's done. I'm here now.
Yeah.
So go ahead and let me know what happened.
Man, so one thing that we missed is so Fulton moved up to 126. So this was his first fight at 126. And it was a lot of ring rust. So, sometimes with PBC fighters, they always have ring rust because they wait their whole year. He actually got knocked down, but I think it was more of a flash knockdown. A lot of times he was playing Carlos Castro's game. He was fighting him up close. But that knockdown, I think that knockdown is what he needed. He reset it, himself. It was a close fight. Some people, because when he won, the crowd was booing. Some of the crowd was booing. Some people thought Carlos won because Carlos was just on him. I'm going to be real with this and be brief with this, but if Fulton's going to move up, and I know after this win he said he wants a title shot, but I know that boxing is a skills thing. He has skill and IQ, and sometimes he bears away from it, but he gonna need some power because he has no power.
Yeah.
And Carlos Castro was just like walking through his punches and just landing stuff on him, and like you can tell that Castro's punches was getting to him because like it will reset him back, but he gonna need some type of like strength and conditioning, like some calisthenics. He gonna need Blu-ray or somebody if he want to fight.
I knew you was about to say that.
he gonna need somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, and then these are grown men at those lower weights. So when you're depleting down, or in even 126 is not natural for a grown man. So can that strength come? Yeah, but you already at 126. The next step is 130. We already know when you start talking about 130 and 135. That little pity pat stuff ain't gonna work. I mean, or unless you're a masterful boxer, something like Devin Haney. In a lot of ways, he was able to counter or something because he was just so sharp offensively. So I think Fulton has a lot of work to do. I'm good. Is you did say he won, right?
Yeah. They end up giving it to him. I believe it was
And it was a split decision.
it was a split decision. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy that he did win, and I'm happy he got a good win under his belt, so we can kind of see the best of him. But let's see. He's at 126 now. Um, Hats off to him for fighting a new way, because you don't leave a weight class without fighting the man. So
Yep.
I love Fulton for that. It's still early in his career. Let's see what he do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, I like to see him more in the ring. Get back in the ring this year, and yeah, it was good seeing him back in the ring. So this next fight, we got our boy Rolly, Happy Easter Romero, man, against
Yeah.
I was getting this guy's name wrong. His name is it's Manuel, but it's not Jamie's. It's spelled that way, but it's like Amos or something like that. It was something crazy, but did you see that fight? Did you watch that one?
I did.
Tell me what you
I
think.
did. I'll tell you this. I actually what exactly what I expected happened. Like Rolly got in there and he still was a little bit sloppy for me.
Yeah.
Like I mean, but we do know that's his style. Like he's gonna load up. He's
Yeah.
loading up. And his opponent didn't even respect this style. He still was like coming through the door blazing too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Rolly didn't have a problem going in there and punching his way through. It was more challenging than I thought, because I just knew, Rolly was gonna go in there and stop him in like 4. Like, but it's still good to see Rolly get the rounds in. I think he did Rolly. I wasn't, when Rolly's fighting, I'm not looking for just some masterful performance or, I mean, I am looking for a crazy knockout, but
Yeah.
you get what you get. That's his style. I think he did good, and he came out with the victory.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? A lot of people was I was reading like the comments from the backlash of the fight. A lot of people was like, "Yeah, Rolly look different." Yeah. I don't know, Rolly. I mean, like he has a new trainer, and from what I saw in the ring, like Rolly looked a lot better versus when he was in there with Coach Bullet. Like he
Yeah,
was keeping that jab. His defense is a lot better. Like usually when we see a Rolly fight, he always getting caught with something. But this time he didn't get
yeah,
caught. Like he fought a good fight, and like we always say, people always want a knockout. There's nothing wrong with a fight going 12. I
no,
just
it
wanted
ain't.
to see how he would just move on from coming back from the shadow realm. I just wanted to see how he would fight and how he would take it, because
Hmm.
really this fight was this fight for Rolly was very important because if he would have lost again, it would have been gatekeeper Rolly at 140. He would have been the gatekeeper.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, dude, are we looking at Rolly to be like, where are we looking for him to go?
That's a good question.
I'm looking at Rolly right now as just pure entertainment, and I think if Rolly is on your card, he's a great person to have on your card just to bring some more boxing fans. Because every time we don't want to see a Shakur Stevenson,
Right.
every time we don't want to see we got to mix it up. That's why the styles make the fights, because you got to get the fans what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we want to see somebody go in there and just we want to see a good brawl. We want to see a good knockout. We want to see some excitement. I feel like Rolly be bringing that every time, and that's why
Yeah.
that's why I be saying what I be saying. Like when I see Rolly on the card, I know the press conference is gonna be good. I know we gonna have some crap talking. And I like that. It's just entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I like what I saw too. I think he should stay with that trainer. His power, the power is there, but it's not like knockout power, but that's fine. I mean, power isn't everything. I mean, you can have power in different ways, like the precision of your punches can still
Hmm.
get somebody down. So,
Oh yeah.
I like to see more rolling, not a title fight. You know what? I'm gonna throw this in the air. I want to see because this is 140. I want to see Rolly against Gary Antoine Russell. I would like to see that.
I want to see Rolly versus Adrian Broner.
Mm. Yeah, that'd be a nice press conference.
That's the kind of entertainment I want to see.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
AB just lost to Blair the Flair, so it's kind of
yeah, yeah.
it's
You saw
kind of
what Blair
like
was just doing, right? He was just talking about fighting Boots.
who?
Yeah. Yeah. Blair.
About fighting Boots?
Blair the Flair was asking Eddie. He told Eddie to stop hiding Boots from him. I said, look, if you want to check, man, like you ain't got to go through all that. If you want to check, you know what I'm saying? But that's just, Blair Cobb, man. He just want attention. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
but
he
yeah, man.
clowning.
Yeah, I like what I saw from Rolly. That Manuel guy is actually tough, man. He actually had Rolly lumped up a little bit.
Oh
But
yeah, he was not turning around, bro. He was not going the other way. He was like, I already know what you're coming with. You got smoke, I got smoke too. But you could tell Rolly was connecting some of those shots, and Manuel was kind of second guessing, like, "Ooh, do I really want to do that?" Like,
yeah,
but yeah. But again, Rolly, his style is so weird. I see why Manuel was just coming forward like that, because it's like I can get it to him before he can get to me, because
yeah,
everything is just so wild.
yep,
So yeah.
yep. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot of smoke at 140 coming soon, real soon. It's 140 about to be like on fire, like starting next year. But for this next fight, this was probably my favorite fight on the card. We got Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumbee, man. That was a good fight, man. Like, I'm gonna start with Trevor McCumbee first. Like, he surprised me like 100%. And I don't know if it was because of Caleb Plant's inactivity in the ring, but I mean, he took advantage of it, man. Trevor is strong. He got a strong, like he's strong and he got some power, man. Like, Caleb got away with it was a knockdown. I'm thinking like the second round. It didn't count as a knockdown, but he got hit, but then he fell, but they didn't count it as a knockdown. But he was hurt.
Yeah, he got hit. You talking about Trevor?
Yeah. No, no,
Oh
no.
yeah,
Caleb Plant.
No.
Plant got hit
Caleb,
by Trevor.
yeah, so Caleb got hit in the shoulder. He got hit
Yeah,
with Trevor hit him in the shoulder, and it really just knocked him off balance. I
yeah.
mean, that's how much power he had. I mean, I think Caleb was sort of off balance, but it just looked like he threw a hook at his shoulder. He threw a hook. Caleb turned his body, caught it in the shoulder, and just fell. But it was bad footing, and they didn't count that as a knockdown, huh?
Yeah. No, they no.
Yeah,
You know what? The one he got hit in the arm with, they counted it as a knockdown.
they
That first one,
yeah they did, because it was
that
a
one didn't.
contact.
Yeah, that one didn't count to me either because
Yeah,
he hit him in the arm. But that first one, when he
yeah,
was in the corner, that was a knockdown, but they didn't count it as because he had failed, but they didn't count it.
right. Because when Caleb got up, he did like this, like, bro, he hit me in the arm, like, it's
Yeah,
like that was knocked down. I was just trying to get out the way and fail.
yeah,
But it was ultimately, bro, the fight was a barn burner. And just to see how big Trevor looked in there and how powerful he was not taking no crap from Caleb. He like, bro, you won't smoke, I won't smoke. They was in there going at it. Bro, that could have easily stole the main event. I'm telling you, like,
easily.
that's what goes to show me Caleb Plant is an absolute dog for real. And he's so sharp, and he got footwork. Remember, I was saying that in our last thing when we was doing our predictions for this fight. And I said that Caleb Plant, the footwork and how smart he is,
Yeah,
I knew Trevor, you can't keep up with that kind of speed, that kind of agility, that footwork. Footwork is so important. And so exactly what happened. I didn't have him stopping Trevor, I don't think. I think I just had him winning by a unanimous decision.
Okay.
But Caleb ended up stopping him. You know, he caught him on the ropes. He caught him with a good body shot, I believe.
Yeah.
And Trevor kind of went back to the ropes, and Caleb just he just unleashed a fury on him
Yeah.
and sent Dog straight to the shadow realm. And
Straight.
it's funny because when he fell against the ropes, his arms was in
Yeah.
the ropes.
Yeah.
So when he tried to use the arm to block his face, it was stuck in the ropes. Man, a clean hook came
Clean.
straight
Yeah.
past,
Yeah.
cleaned him. That
Yeah.
was real exciting. And my boy Caleb pulled the shovel out.
Yeah.
I, I said, bro, he gotta be stopped, bro. He
Like
gotta be stopped.
I knew Caleb had it because like the commentators mentioned something. They was like, "This is Trevor's first fight at 12 rounds." I said, "All right, I'm waiting on him to gas out." But then when I saw Trevor I'm not Trevor, but Caleb showboating. It was one time
Mhm.
he was fighting Trevor and he put his glove on top of Trevor's head and Trevor swung and like Trevor just missed. When he
Yeah.
started entertaining the crowd, I was like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
only a
yeah.
matter of time.
Yeah, because at that point, Caleb, like, okay, I could take your punches. You're not faster than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he realized quickly that it was you know, like when you playing your little brother in basketball, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm about to play around now because you can't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what he
Yeah,
was. He really
I got a
little
question
brother.
for you though.
Yeah.
As a trainer, so I felt like because Trevor McCumbee was on the ropes a lot and he was fighting off the ropes, but it was times where Caleb was Caleb hit him with like 3 uppercuts. Like as a
Mm-hmm.
trainer, like for an example, if you was Trevor's trainer, would have still had him go? Because it seemed like when he got sent to the shadow realm, it seemed like he was already like beat up already before he got sent.
Mm-hmm.
As a trainer, do you think you probably would have just had him fight? And do you think it went well, or you think the corner probably should have monitored Trevor?
Nah, no, I don't think it was that bad. I just would have told him like, if you get on that corner again, like I'm gonna stop the fight, or
Mm,
I would have just kind of threatened him in that way, so
mm,
he would be conscious about, hey, if I get my butt on the ropes again, I'm out.
yeah.
I think he was good. He could have stayed. He stayed in there, and
Mhm.
he went out on he ultimately went out on the shield, but uh, yeah, I feel like Trevor did good. I mean, it's Caleb Sweethand's plant. I mean, it's not a lot you can really do with somebody that slick. He gonna find a way to hit you. He gonna play these games, mind games, tricks
Mhm.
on you. Trevor tried to be a bully, and Caleb wasn't going.
Yep.
That's really and we also knew, like you said before, we said a guy that big, that strong, he carries a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Haven't we just saw recently a fighter that was built the same way
Yeah.
and had to use the ropes when involuntarily he didn't want to use the ropes, but the ropes was holding him up so he can try to catch the win?
Yep.
That's Frank the Ghost Martin versus
Yep.
Tank.
Yep.
It came down to a battle of conditioning. So Trevor didn't want to use the ropes. He didn't want to be there, but gassing out. This was his
That's not
first what? This was
12,
his
12
first
round
what?
fight.
12 round. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he started feeling that. It came down to conditioning, and
Yep.
we seen it unfold right there.
And it came down to IQ. Like when he got tired, his power went down. And
Yeah.
when you match IQs, he ain't got better IQ than Caleb. So Caleb had it in the
Nah.
bag. And one thing
Hmm.
about Caleb, man, I'm gonna give him a clap on. His wind was a lot better. His stamina was a lot better in that ring.
Yeah.
'Cause I
Yeah.
thought when he was doing all this, I was like, he about to gas out, but nah, he kept going, kept going.
Yeah. Yeah. And he wasn't, again, McCumbee wasn't just aiming for the body.
Mhm.
He wasn't being like, that game plan wasn't like, all right, look, we're gonna go in there and we gonna be punching arms, or we're gonna be punching ribs and going to the body so
Mhm.
we can slow this man down, because
Yeah.
we've seen that happen before. You know what I'm saying? And when fighters start making those kind of adjustments, we know that's that top level.
Yep.
That's Tank walking back in the corner like, hey, I got to take him deep rounds because he's strong. We need that to wear off a little bit before I go in there and start taking chances.
Mhm.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we going to tire him out, somebody with,
Mhm.
a big gas tank like that. So, yeah, Trevor, he's going to be good, though. I think as long as he gets those good rounds with these good fighters, he's
Mhm.
going to be good, though. He just got
Yeah.
to figure it out. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the best of them.
168 back on fire, man. I'd like to see Trevor fight again.
Yeah,
On the card, yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah,
And I mean, I ain't really too fond of his little "Make America Great Again" and
yeah,
just the little super American. You know, uh, I just feel like it's a gimmick. And
yeah.
when in boxing, we see gimmicks go wrong all the time. So
Mhm.
it's just like you don't really have to do all that gimmicky stuff if you're gonna, be a fighter. Go in there, do what you got to do, be skillful. I mean,
Yep.
look at Bud. He ain't got no gimmick. He ain't got nothing he go by. He just
Nothing,
going in
bro.
there. He ain't gonna speak to you. He gonna, he pretty boring if you ask me outside the ring, but he
Yeah,
gonna get in there and handle his business and look where he is.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
Trevor, you need to take notes, bruh.
yeah. So, man, we move on to this fight, and I think this fight we about to bring up, I think this one gonna be a real conversation, man. Um, Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia, man. I got a lot. I'm gonna split it up, but
Okay, I'll start. I'll
go
start.
ahead.
Well, I would like to start by telling y'all to go to our last video. When we had Marcus, the former Pittsburgh Steeler, and CJ, and we had our fight predictions, and this
Yep.
fight came up, and I told them,
Yep.
I said, okay, I was halfway right, halfway wrong. I didn't think Danny was gonna get stopped. You
Yeah.
feel me? Because that's the first thing that I said. I said, well, we know he ain't knocking Danny out.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I say, I know he ain't knocking Danny out. And so that's that. But I think Danny starts too slow and he's gonna go in there and Erislandy, Laura, we know he got a gas tank. I told you he got footwork. I told
Hmm.
you he can box. And I just feel like it was really just Errol Spence versus Danny again. That's how I felt about this fight. And I was like, okay, if Errol couldn't knock him out, I don't think Laura would knock him out. But I think it's going unanimous decision, or Laura will come out with the victory.
Yep.
But um, what I didn't take into the thought process of the weight classes that this fight took place at. These are that's a jump for Danny in weight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's more power.
Hmm.
Yeah, Danny ain't never been, stopped or hit the canvas and all that then, and let alone taking a little time out the ring. And he's probably contemplating what his hunger is right now. So yeah, long story short, that's why I went with Lara. I think the fight itself was crazy, because I was on the edge of my seat because we all love Danny.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily a barn burner like McCumbee and Plant, but
Hmm.
it was so exciting because these are two of our favorites going
Yep.
up against each other. So yeah, man, that's just what it is. I feel like I loved it. I said Laura was gonna win. I should have bet, man.
You
Because I
should
don't
have.
know what the odds. I
Yeah.
don't know what the odds was. You feel
You
me? I don't
called
know what
it.
the odds was, but I know for a fact I think I would have won some money on that one.
Yep. And you called it. You called
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
One thing I want to. Oh man, let's start with Danny, man. You know what? I'm gonna start with Laura because his will be short. Big shout out to Erislandy. Big shout out to Erislandy Lara, man. To be like, he 41 years old, but when I was looking at him in that ring, he don't look 41, like the way he moved. Like he kept that jab.
No.
That jab was tearing up Danny. Like his face was like he was getting jabbed so bad. He went back to the corner, and Danny's dad, Danny, are you okay? I was like, he like, yeah, so
Do
I'm
I?
like, why does he keep asking, is Danny okay? But yeah, Laura
Yeah.
was looking. I was waiting on. Laura was just waiting. He was jabbing, but he was waiting on that left. He was waiting on him to throw that left, but
Hmm.
Danny wasn't doing nothing. So I'm gonna switch off to Danny, man. Like, for people out there who watch the fight, who don't like understand what was going on and what happened, like, just like we were saying with the interview with Ed Thoroughbred Williams, when he was saying that boxing is a mental thing. And I think Danny still got his skills the way he had it, but his mental was not there. I don't know what happened outside the ring or before the fight, but whatever it was, his head was not in the fight. Like, I think they third round, after the end of third round, they was like Danny Garcia. CompuBots recorded Danny Garcia throwing 0 punches. He threw no punches. He wasn't throwing no jab. He was timid. And I was like, this is just like you just said. It looks like Errol Spence versus Danny again. And this in my head, it's
Yeah.
like, all right, Danny, what are we doing? Like, what's the goal? Are you in here for a check? Were you really daring to be great? Because you got, I mean, Danny technically, well, he started at 140 pounds. So you at 160. So, that's not your, was it a weight thing? It's a lot of things that went through my head. And then, like, the punch that Laura hit him with, like, it didn't seem like it was nothing, but it's a different weight class. He probably was like, because he was like this, and then Laura just, and then the way his face looked was like, you know what? I made all the money I needed to.
I'm
I don't
done.
he ain't here no more.
Bro, you know what was the telltale sign? I think like in the third round, the commentator was like, "Yeah, father time catches up to us all." In the third round,
Right. Oh,
dog. I said, "Oh, it's bad.
and
It's bad."
you want to know what else? You can tell me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember Danny even throwing his famous left hook at all.
Gun shy, and he starts slow.
Yeah. I think Laura probably
Bro,
has some power.
if I ain't call that, bro, I know what I know.
Yeah.
I know what I know. I just seen that when I seen him versus EJ. I said, okay, now
Yeah.
you finna go up a weight class and you finna fight Laura. And Laura has been on a tear.
Yeah. Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's looking like a champion. Yeah,
This might
he
be
is a
his second
champion.
win, man.
He the WA middleweight world champion.
Hmm.
As he should.
Yep.
Because I'm just thinking right now at that weight, yeah, he got some nice fights he can possibly have, but I don't know. He looks good, bruh. As long
Yeah.
as he's moving and doing what he's doing. I mean, it is Danny, but at the end of the day, I can see Laura going up against anybody, and it's going to be a great,
Mm.
crazy fight. And Laura has a good chance of getting up out of there and retaining the belt. I
It's
think
it's
once he loses the belt, if he loses the belt, I think
mhm.
he'll probably hang it up too. But
Yeah.
um, right now, if I'm him, I'm going right back to the gym. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? On
Yep.
the phone, hey, who y'all got on the menu? Because he looked
Yep.
really good on that. And if
Yep.
I'm Danny, I'm just telling my pops, hey, appreciate you all of the years. I ain't
Hmm.
trying to go back to the shadow realm.
Yep.
And let me go ahead and
Yeah.
um,
Good.
get this cheese and we can sail out into the sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. Laura need a unification fight. There's no reason for you to fight somebody else at 160 that don't have a belt. You got
Hmm.
Carlos Adames, you got Jinovic, who's like cold. Like, it's time to start unifying that 160. 160 ain't really been like, ain't really made no noise since Canelo was there when he fought Triple G.
Hmm.
So it's really time to start making some noise for Danny. It's time to hang it up. I mean, you was a 2 division champ. You got a great resume, by the way. Danny has a great resume.
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to get back in there. If you're gonna give us that type of performance, I'd rather not see you fight at all. I'd rather see you
Yeah.
like talking to like Brian Custer. You retired. Just like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman ain't got no shame putting on the suit and talking. So,
Hey, listen, we get the Danny Garcia podcast, for all the, you know, Danny
yeah,
Puerto Rican, right?
yeah, yep. Am I?
Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, yep.
yeah, he might as well start up the Puerto Rican podcast. You feel
Might
me?
as well, yeah. He ain't got nothing else to prove. So
No,
I don't want to see him back in the ring. You have nothing else to prove.
yeah,
And then he
not
quit. Like,
not
his
doing
dad
that.
asked him, like, "Are you done?" Danny was like, "I'm done." And I was like, I've never seen Danny say he was done. He said he was done. Then his dad was like, "It's done." You know what? Big shout out to his dad.
And for letting them do that and not
Yeah,
crying all
yeah,
day and night about it.
yeah. And then on top
Yeah,
of that, like he kept asking Danny, like, "Danny, are you okay?" But big shout outs to him because he know his son. Like
absolutely.
he asked Danny first round, was he okay? Because he know his son. Big shout out to him
Damn.
for like asking that, not like Danny, come on, you gotta go in there and you gotta move your hands, man. He was like, "Are you good?"
Come
And
on.
yeah, because when he got hit by Laura, that's like, do you remember like when you was a kid and like say you was playing outside and you was jumping over a gate and you probably
Hmm.
said, "Yeah, watch, I can jump over that gate," and then you run and then you stop and you be like, "I can't jump over that gate." That's the same
Yeah.
reaction Danny gave me when he got hit. When he got hit, he was like, he just had a flashback and was like, "You know what? I don't gotta take this punishment." He was like, "No, man." He said, "Man, you know what? No."
Nah.
Nope.
No.
So
He
yeah, I
like,
don't.
okay,
Yeah,
I'm not about to get up and knock this man out. Let me just stop while I'm ahead. Cause that was
yeah,
pre-Shadow Realm. And he like, I never been done like that.
yeah.
He probably never got dropped off of a jab, probably not even in sparring like
Yeah.
that.
That changes
So
your whole
yeah.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah, for a champion who used to doing that to people, sending people to the Shadow Realm, for him to get that good taste
Mhm.
of the Shadow Land and the Shadow Dreams, yeah, he was like, yeah, this is about good. It's my time.
Yeah.
So that's much respect, man. Are we gonna do a commercial before we do the main card or what?
Oh yeah, for sure. We about to run to a commercial break. We're gonna do the main card, and then we're gonna talk about the Anthony Joshua and the boys fight. We're gonna do our prediction on that, and then go from there. So yeah.
Yeah, and
So
before
yeah,
we go, I do want to say, guys, if you're watching right now or whenever y'all see this video, even if you ain't catching this live, please like it,
yeah.
and subscribe. Resist Radio, on YouTube. It's we need, we want the feedback. So just
Oh
drop a
yeah.
like, subscribe, and we appreciate that.
Oh yeah. We appreciate the love too. We've been getting a lot of love on our lives too. So we appreciate y'all looking. We'll be for sure
Yeah,
to bring more to y'all. When we come back for the commercial break, we'll go ahead and follow up with the Canelo Berlanga fight and also the Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois fight this Saturday. We'll be right back.
facts.
Summer's almost here. You still haven't did that spring cleaning? No need to worry. Golden Touch Premium Service and Sanitation will take care of everything from cars, homes, even buildings. And check this out. All products are eco-friendly. So go ahead and go on the website and book an appointment. Or if you have further concerns and questions, go ahead and send an email. Clean, it's just Golden Touch away.
I like shiny things. You like shiny things. Got us in trouble.
The secret is out.
Shiny things, so it would change our
Everyone is using Potty Products. Potty Products toilet paper is 2-ply and has 450 sheets per roll. And it won't clog your toilet because it's septic safe. You can get same day, next day delivery or shipping when you log on and place an order at potty-products.com. Spend $48 and get free shipping, or subscribe on the site and get free monthly shipping. Remember to use Potty Products. And we
Yes,
are back.
sir.
Of course, we are on the Resilient Radio Stream YouTube channel. A few things I want to throw out. The variety music show with Resilient J every Friday from 7 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure y'all check that out Friday. He has a special for in loving memory of Frankie Beverly, who just passed, rest in peace. So he'll be playing a lot of Frankie Beverly and of course the group Mags. He'll be playing a lot of music from them on that day just for a dedication for the late Frankie Beverly. Also, we have the former MMA UFC fighter Cliff Big Cat Starks Fighters Formula segment during the Resilient Radio um, variety music show with Resilient J. So it kind of like, when he plays the music, Cliff, he comes in with his fighters formula, and then he goes on from that. Also, you want to check out Ty Allen Jackson and his word of the day throughout every single day. He has a word of the day, and it's not just one word. Is real cool how he breaks it down. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And he drops a word of the day every day on the Resilient Radio stream, either the app or the website www.resilientradio.net. Also, the 90s music show with DJ Prasmatic just passed this Saturday, and it was actually fire. I actually tuned in, and it was fire. She played when she played AZ, I was like, all right, nobody plays AZ. I was a big fan of AZ, and she played Aaliyah. She brought me back to when all that music used to come on the radio, back when good music used to come on. So y'all make sure y'all check her out. She'll be back again Saturday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And also, we got coming soon this fall, Detroit Girl Transform podcast with Tony Carter. Make sure y'all check her out this coming fall. And of course, I didn't bring it up, but of course, if you have any advertisements, y'all, trust me, don't be embarrassed or don't feel like, oh, my business is too small, my business is too big. No business is too small, no business is too big. Send us an email for advertisement opportunities, and we'll make sure we go ahead and pub it for you and make sure everybody knows about it. So, man, we back at it. Let's start with the Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Berlanga fight, man. It's something I'm gonna point out on here. I was gonna leave Canelo alone, but something else popped up. So before we start on the fight predictions, did you know that Edgar Berlanga came in the ring at fight night like he was like 193 pounds, 200 pounds?
Yep, I heard about that shortly after. I didn't know that in the ring, but I kind of figured that because already Berlanga was bigger. If you see them walk up and step up to each other,
Yeah,
I never really thought about what if he comes in that much bigger than Canelo.
yeah.
But I also thought that Canelo, that's his territory, man.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to go in there with a giant and try to knock him down.
Yep.
It's just like he powers up off of that stuff. I mean, that's why he's a Mexican superstar, pound for pound, because you know you got to give credit where credit is due. I didn't think Berlanga would even fight like that. Something happened. Something happened to Berlanga after he got knocked down.
Mm-hmm.
I watched his temperament and I watched his face. And once he got knocked down, he got up and said, I can take that punch. And he wasn't hurt.
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt. Yeah. Yeah. He got up and he was like, okay, I see what you're coming with. He got up, and then another thing happened, maybe in like the later rounds. Berlanga looked at Canelo and was like, I'm going to be better than you. I saw the switch.
Yep.
And I want to just give Berlanga a hand clap because you lost that night. But you gained another fan. You gained me for sure. And I want to see more of him. I didn't think he would have enough experience to go in there and bang with Canelo like he did. Canelo respected it too.
Yeah.
And toward the end of that fight, he started hitting Canelo with some stuff that Canelo was like, okay, all right, let's go ahead and end this. I don't know if y'all was watching the same fight I seen, but toward the end of that fight, Berlanga looked like he wanted to go another two. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yep.
And but great fight. Hats off to Canelo, man. You are cemented. You are a cemented great. I appreciate you for giving us a good fight. I didn't call it a good fight at first. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, we don't want to see another sparring match, but it turned out to be a good fight. So y'all need to go and watch the highlights. Type in Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga, and you will not be let down. It's a good fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. And
I
I
got
also like how he stepped to Canelo and he started raising his hands. You
yeah,
know, and that's when you could really see like the true respect that he had for
mm,
Canelo. You could tell he been watching him, and so
yeah,
that was just that mind game he was playing with him. Like, yeah, I do this too. You do this to people, I do this too. And man, that was just a special feeling to watch.
yeah.
For us boxing fans.
I got the same sentiments on that. Much respect to Berlanga. I thought he was getting sent to the shadow realm, honestly, but he showed
Me
me a
too.
lot. He showed me a lot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't. At first, I said he has a chin, but now I'm thinking like, was it because of his weight? Was he able to absorb more because of the weight? But from what I saw, man, like he
Yeah,
gonna give other 168 pounders a lot of problems, a lot of problems.
yeah.
Um, Canelo is Canelo, of course. There's a lot of things that I saw in there that you know I kind of made my mind up. I don't think
Hmm.
I don't think Terrence Crawford should fight him for one because he's in there with a 200 pounder and they was going at it.
Hmm.
You can't
Hmm.
if he in there fighting somebody that's in there at 200.
Hmm.
But just stay away from Canelo. Also, on the flip side, do you remember? And Canelo's great. And for one, I have a change of heart. Like he really don't need to fight David Benavidez. Shout out to Marcus because Marcus actually like I listened to what he had to say about that, and Marcus is absolutely right. Like he don't have to fight David Benavidez. I mean, the name of the game, right? Initially, is to do what you need to do, get your money, and get out.
Hmm.
So, like the smart thing was to be not going there with somebody hungry to knock you out. But on the flip side, I do remember Canelo complaining about David Benavidez coming in the ring at fight night 25 pounds over his limit. But we just saw the same thing with Berlinga. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
at this point, bro, we know you don't want to fight him. It's not going to hurt
Hmm.
your legacy at all. Canelo has a great resume.
It's
Uh,
a stupid. It's a stupid bag.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and
yes.
I think that's the part of it that's kind of like a slap in the face for the boxing fans because you got fighters that's in the ring, they not even making $1 million for a fight. They can
Right.
potentially suffer the same risk.
Yeah.
Um, you're asking for 50, 100, 200 million for for some fighters, and it's just like, okay, Canelo, we get it.
Right.
But if you're fighting, if you're boxing, your only success came from the boxing fans. So I mean, I'm not saying you got to do it at the end of the day. He's a man, he makes his own decisions, but
Right.
get the fans what they want, man.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay because I still respect Canelo either way. I see what Mark was talking about.
Hmm.
And but now guess what? We got Berlanga. And like I said, that's the first loss in a long time that
Yeah.
wasn't a loss. That was a loss, but he won. He won in defeat.
Yeah. For
Because I
sure.
want to see Berlanga versus Benavidez wouldn't be bad.
Wouldn't or
You know what I'm
Benavidez
saying?
did.
I wouldn't say Terrence Crawford because
Mm-mm.
ain't no way Terrence Crawford gonna go in there and deal with somebody who's 200 pounds. It's just not gonna work. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's
No.
just not gonna work. Somebody that strong, that powerful. I don't even think Berlanga would entertain that.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, man, hey, that boy serious, man.
Yeah.
But Benavidez versus Berlanga, that wouldn't be bad because if he goes in there and beats up Berlanga, um, then we could possibly see that more pressure versus Canelo Benavidez. But again,
Yeah.
it's so many new matchups that I would like to see after seeing what I've seen tonight. I mean that
Oh
night.
yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And by the way, so two things. So Canelo, he shout out to Cigar Talk. They had it the host on there, he had an interview with Canelo, and Canelo was talking about fighting another 4 more years.
Mm,
He loves fighting. I mean, of course, that'll change. You fight the right person because he's talking about fighting the winner of Bivol and and better be. That's gonna be moving up in weight. That might knock his years down to one. And then David
Yeah,
Benavidez, I just looked at an interview with him today. And by the way, David Benavidez is talking. He's not moving back down to 168. He's talking about 175. I think the only way he'll move back down to 168 is if Canelo wants to fight him at that weight. But I say, hey,
yeah,
maybe I can make it happen at 175. But like 168, 175, I can see that going up, missing up. You got for 168, you got Trevor McCumbee, you got Caleb Plant, you got Edgar Berlanga now.
hmm
And hopefully I've been seeing Jamal, and I don't in the gym, but it'll be nice to add him to there. Go ahead and add Boo Boo in there because he been out. Just like go ahead and just mess it up with each other, man.
yeah. Might as well.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so with this upcoming, there's another fight this week. You have Anthony Joshua and Daniel Du Bois fighting for the IBF heavyweight title. They stripped Usyk. Like the IBF stripped Usyk probably like the same week. Like the next week, like the next following week after he beat Tyson Fury, they
Yeah.
stripped him. So now I think they're trying to get AJ back in that mess. I think they really want AJ versus Tyson Fury. So
hmm
I think that's why they did that. But what's your predictions for that fight?
Anthony versus Du Bois.
Yep.
I got Du Bois winning by knockout.
Mm. Yeah, because that boy hungry. Daniel hungry.
Daniel been waiting on this moment for so long.
Mhm.
We know Anthony Joshua could be chinny.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I don't know if Anthony can hit Du Bois with something that's just gonna knock him down. I
Mhm.
seen him versus Big Baby.
Yep.
Um, and that fight to me was his moment, bro.
Yeah.
Like I ain't never seen somebody with so much, and I'm hearing the punches through the TV, and I'm like, how
Yep.
are you not down?
Yeah.
It's like somebody biting an apple. Them
Yeah.
uppercuts he was taking from that big dude, bro. So Du Bois showed nothing but chin. He showed nothing but heart. He
Mm.
showed footwork. He had a gas tank. Remember, because you can't take body shots like that and be moving around. He was on wheels the
Yeah.
whole fight, and literally, bro, he slayed Goliath. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like I watched that man in real time, real. So I'm saying I'm not trying to take nothing from Anthony Joshua. I think he is talented. I think
Mhm.
he's all that. He's exactly what he is. Um yeah, he's what he is for a reason. I just know Anthony, he's chinny. I
Yep.
know he gasses out. And remind yourself, he's gonna have to keep up and chase Du Bois
Mhm.
for as long as he can. I just don't see him being in that physical shape to do so. Now, if Du Bois go in there doing, get a little too settled on his feet. If Anthony can lure him to sleep a little bit and just, catch him with one of them hooks or an uppercut or something like that, yeah, it
Mhm.
could be an early night. But again, I think Du Bois, he's way too brilliant for that.
Yeah.
Um, this ain't no, Ruiz where he
Yeah.
just gonna sit there in front of you with some fast hands and a big body or something like
Yep.
that. This is a guy who's gonna move around and he's gonna box you. He's gonna fight you. So Du Bois knockout. Let me see what round. Late round. 10, 9, 10, 9.
Mm.
Beginning of 10. Beginning of 10. 9 is gonna be ugly. 10, bell gonna ring. Wop, wop, wop. About 1 minute into 10 is gonna go down.
Yeah, because the boy been busy too, man. He got that experience now. He done fought Usyk. He fought Big Baby. Like he been real active. Like he always in the fight. Like he's always fighting somebody.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm gonna go on the whim on this one. I'm gonna go with AJ. I
Okay.
think AJ got this. Who was that UFC guy he just fought?
He fought man, what's his name? Big
Ngannou.
Nigerian guy.
Ngannou.
Ngannou, yeah.
Ngannou. Yeah, he fought him. Although Ngannou was not a boxer, and it was pretty much easy how he got him out of there. I think that sometimes Anthony, and this is just me from the outside, And I think sometimes he suffers with like self-esteem issues in that ring. And I think
Absolutely.
that fight maybe helped him to overcome that mental in his head. Cause like with AJ, you just never know what AJ you're gonna get. He always
Yeah.
switching trainers. He was with DJ for a minute. Now he back with his other trainer. Um, you don't know what type of AJ you're gonna get in the ring. Like
Yeah. It's
sometimes
inconsistent.
fight, yeah, he inconsistent. Sometimes he get touched on the chin, he good. He get touched and he fall out. But I think that it's for a belt, and I think he know how important this is.
Yeah. I think it's curtains. I think hey, I think it's curtains. I think and if he beats AJ, well,
Yeah.
and this is why I'm saying this, and I want Dubois to win for this specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
The winner of this highly anticipated heavyweight clash is expected to face the winner of the upcoming undisputed heavyweight championship rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk.
Mm-hmm.
Do I
Yeah.
want AJ in there versus the winner between Tyson Fury or Usyk, or do I want Dubois? From what Dubois has shown me, how he's
Mm,
grown, how he's conquered somebody that can come in that ring
yeah.
at 240 plus pounds. I
True.
think Big Baby was 260.
Yeah. He was like 3. He was like 3. This is when he was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. This is when he was huge. He only lost weight because he lost to Daniel.
yeah.
I feel like I do not want to see AJ gassy self go
Mm-hmm.
in there versus the winner between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. That's going to be December 21st in Saudi Arabia, by the way, guys. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see AJ in there. I just don't. I think that moment is too big for him. He
Mm-hmm.
get touched, he'll fall, and he'll get up with that stupid grin. I don't want to. I don't want to see you smiling.
And you
You know
know
what I'm
what?
saying? Get in there and focus up.
Yeah, I don't want to see AJ and Usyk anymore. I don't care if it's
And I
for
really
yeah,
and I don't want to see. I don't want to see Tyson Fury versus AJ either. I think
yeah.
that's Tyson Fury would play.
Mhm.
He would. He would. You know, he would have some nose candy right before and go in there and get the dub. Right.
Get it like the Undertaker. That's why I call him the Undertaker.
Man, you hear me?
Yeah, you know
But
what?
yeah,
By you saying that, I think we have to. I think it's me. I have to get into the realization that Danny Garcia, AJ, Wilder, they're old. It's time for them to come out, and the new is coming in.
hmm
I think that
yeah,
people have to like just prepare for that. It's gonna be new
yeah,
names, and the people we used to seeing, they old now.
hmm
So
yep.
yeah,
Oh, and about that card, it's another person. It's another person on here.
Mark
Let me
Chamberlain.
see. Josh Warrington.
Oh, Josh Warrington is fighting again. Oh, I haven't. Okay, Josh Warrington is fighting again. I think the last time I've seen Josh Warrington fight was, who did he fight? Whose belt? It was at 130. Who was that he fought?
Was that Shakur?
Wasn't Shakur? Who did Shakur take that belt from? I forget his name. He's with his trainer was Bomac. Oh, I forgot his name.
Keyshawn? No, not Keyshawn.
Not Keyshawn.
Keyshawn fight at 135, right?
What is his name, man? I apologize for
It's okay.
anybody that's watching this. I know the name. I apologize, but the name I cannot get the name in my head. But
It'd be like that.
Shakur did fight him at 130 and took his belt.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the last time I seen Josh Warrington fight. So yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
check it out. I
Yeah.
said Mark Chamberlain because I actually reached out to Mark Chamberlain one
hmm
time, and he actually reached back out to me, like, so he
Yeah.
got a fight on that card too. So
hmm
we'll, of course, we'll see how that go, and of course, the Shadow Realm is everywhere. So somebody's going to the Shadow Realm versus AJ versus Daniel.
Oh,
I think somebody's going to the Shadow Realm.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
AJ. He's returning.
yeah.
Return of the realm.
After that, it's going. After that, we'll see how the heavyweight division gets shooken up. But before we close out, G, you got anything you want to say or anything?
I just want to say, Teofimo Lopez, stop calling Crawford out. Stop calling out Tank. You're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Pick somebody, make it happen.
Mhm.
We're tired. We're
Yep.
tired, Mr. Twitter. We're tired, you know, and we want to see you. And I'm not saying it from a place of, you know, like I don't like the guy, you know, boxing wise. It's just we want to see you back in the ring. We low key miss you, and that's why I hold him to a higher standard. Because I'm like, yeah, we seen you beat Loma, we seen you beat the dude from over the pond, and you got those belts. And but now it's like you're not living up to what we thought you would be. So get in there with somebody, get in there with another dog. It's time. Like I put in the boxing group.
Yep.
So we got boxing heads chat on Facebook Messenger. Just, you know, go down in the comments and just say add me to the group and we'll get you in there. But yeah, that's all. Other than that, make sure y'all like this video, share it with y'all family and friends, y'all boxing friends. We'll let everybody in the group so we can you know, just make this thing bigger, you know.
Oh yeah,
That's it though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching for sure.
Yep. And I'm gonna add my thing with Tio, like you said, stop calling people out when you are in litigation with Top Rank and you know you're not about to fight this year because you doing some legal, you know, you in a legal thing with Top Rank. Stop, because I mean Crawford had smacked him, man. Like that's what happens. Some people don't take that Twitter stuff like lightly. Crawford is a little old school, man. You can't do that, and then when you see him, it's like, oh,
hold on, wait. Is this breaking news? I ain't hear about him getting smacked.
Yeah, man.
This is breaking news. Hold on. Hey,
Tio got slapped
hold on.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna send you that video. I wish I could put it out here. We ain't got enough time, but yeah, I'm gonna send you the video. Yeah, man. I think it was at the Canelo fight. You know, Crawford was walking and he saw Tio. Tio was between security and he reached over and smacked Tio and told him to keep his name out of his mouth.
All right, Crawford.
Yeah.
See, you should have been doing that. You should have been doing that 6-7 fights ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. See, top rank. Top rank. But all right, dog. That's all I got, man.
But yeah, that's all I really got, man. We'll check out and see how everything shake up with boxing. And of course, you know, we'll be here to do it. Like we always say, keep it boxing, keep it in the square circle, and we out.
Yes, sir.
If you taking jabs in life, you ain't got a puncher's chance. Watch me lay these hands like a preacher gained a bunch of fans. Ain't about who the